Hello, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I still remain your boy David. I know most of you must have been looking forward to seeing my videos, and yeah, these days it's been really hard to sit down in front of the camera to actually do a video. Not because I don't want to share information. It's because a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? So those of you who got into the country, you've seen how it is, right? Yeah, so I'm going to be touching on something, some vital things today that pertains to being in the United States, coming to the United States, and as well encouraging those of you who are waiting or who started the process already. So, yeah, so before I get into all of that, let me just tell you guys that yeah, I've just welcomed a bouncing baby boy, just like how we say it in Nigeria, bouncing baby boy. But the thing is, I just welcome my child, my son, to this world. So yeah, it's really really interesting because I'm so happy, you know what I'm saying, like being a father, that's more responsibility on my shoulder, but it's something that I've already prepared my mind for. So that's the reason that most of you will be like, oh, he drops one video, he doesn't, because all of those things, like, I needed to find a balance. And now that he's here, you probably could imagine what I've been through in 9 months. Like, you don't mean to start sharing it one of these days. So she's getting better. She's like, David, we gotta do a video. Yeah, so one of these days we're gonna do a video with myself and my wife. So y'all get to see some of the things I had to go through, like in 9 months. Like, I lost my mind a couple of times, you know what I'm saying, but it's not easy. I swear to God. But yeah, I just wanna say, those of you who are those women out there who are pregnant or who gave birth to kids, and yeah, y'all are the real MVPs. Like, men, y'all go through a lot, and I don't even know the words to use to like express just how how um how highly I see you guys. Like, you guys are, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys are, like, I don't know. You guys are just, you know, just that's just the thing. I don't know what to say. Like, the words people will say, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I guess that's just the word. That's just the word I would use to, like, express just how highly I rate you guys right now. That's the women. And for those men who stand by their wife for 9 months, helping, giving a helping hand, just like me, man, you guys are fantastic. Like, it's not easy. It's not easy. Like, that journey is both fun and, I don't want to talk about the next part, but yeah, it was like that. But anyway, so my son is here, so that's why I've not been able to drop videos. I've been trying, wanted to drop videos like real quick, but every time I try to do it, it's either my wife has to go to the doctor, or I'm getting off work and I'm tired, or I come back home and she's not feeling too good. I have to be the one to feeling everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's been tough. So now that the baby is here, I'm trying to find her, starting to breathe. But then I'm still not breathing all the way because at nighttime I still gotta stay up. We take turns. You do this, I do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but the journey has been crazy and interesting. I love it. I wouldn't change anything. Like, I love it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was good. It was really, really good. Like, I was happy that I was here. I was able to help her. Because some of you, like, your wife be here all alone, and you were there not because you wanted to be there, but because of the immigration thing, and she had to go through those 9 months all by herself and her family members. Like, bro, you don't know what the woman will be had gone through. So if your wife fall into this category, please call her ASAP and say, you know what, baby, I love you so much. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me. You the uh like, I love you because you always stand, just give her all those, I don't want to tell you everything. You know how you toasted your babe before you go married to her. So yeah, don't expect me to say everything, you know what I'm saying? But all I'm just saying is, just make sure from time to time you tell them how much you love them and how much you see what they do. Like, it's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. But that's a story for another day. So yeah, so what else do I have to say right now? I got a lot in my plate, but I want to tell you all, I try as much as possible to make it like short and short, short. So yeah, let's get into the topic of the day. First, I want to start by encouraging those of you who are expecting your interview letters, or those of you who have gotten your interview letters, or those of you who are about to go for your um interview. and you were scared, especially those going for interview, you're scared. There's nothing to worry about. Keep your mind at rest. Just make sure you get everything. I always see people come to me and be like, David, is it necessary if I go with this? Do I really have to? Bro, don't come into my DM and ask me those kind of questions. I told you guys, it's better to be over prepared than to be under prepared. So whatever you're supposed to get them in as much as you can. Get the copies or whatever document or whatever photo copies they'll need from you. Get as many as possible. They want text message, print as many as possible. They want Facebook chat or social media, print as many as possible. They want your wedding pictures, print as many as possible. Then all other documents like your interview appointment letter, your marriage certificate, your birth certificate and that of your spouse, and your tax transcript. Just make sure everything is like ready. Don't come here and start asking me that do I have to go with this? No, don't go with it. When they send you back from the interview, you will know, because I don't know why you want to leave some things out. Myself, I was over prepared. I went with everything. Some they didn't ask me for my text message and so, but I went with all of mine. But they asked other people to submit theirs, and they was going through them with her. You feel what I'm saying? So not her, like the people ahead of me. So I started looking at mine. People printed a bunch, like a big textbook of text message. Mine was just like small. Like I printed about 45 pages or something like that. I thought mine was like gonna be like the man. When I saw what people printed out, I was like, God, I hope they're not gonna throw mine away. But they never even asked me to tender that during my own time. But people who did before me, who were ahead of me, they were asked to submit all of that. So don't try to be like, oh well, David said they didn't ask that of him, so probably I should not go with mine. No, go with yours. Go with everything. Plus, I even went with Western Union money transfer history between me and my wife. I even went with birthday cards. You feel me? I went with all those things. So I don't want anything that I don't want any of that. It doesn't have to be only wedding pictures. Like in my album, I had wedding pictures. I had pictures we took when we visited the zoo. I had pictures we took when we went to the restaurant. I had pictures we took when we were in the car. I had different set of pictures. So make sure you get everything ready for your interview. So and then when you get all those things ready, pray. Don't forget to pray. Whoever you believe in, God, Allah, whatever you pray. I did that for myself. So pray. After praying, what else again? Make sure you get a place that's close to the airport, so you spend the night and go for your interview as early as possible. You don't want to be late. I told you that already before. That's all you don't want to play with your life. That is, you might say, oh, but that's not my life. But look, there's a reason you're going through this process. There's a reason you are fighting to go over there to be with your family. There's a reason you want to leave to go be with your wife and kids or whatever you have over here or with your husband. Don't play with it. You've been waiting for almost two plus years to get to where you are. So don't let the final lap become too stressful. Go with everything you can. Make sure you file them and go with them. And I'm guaranteeing you, if everything is done properly, you are gonna get your visa. It's as easy as that. It's as easy as that. And the interview questions are not hard, but everything's also depend on what you give. Like I always tell people, when they ask you questions, don't tell stories. If they tell you, tell me how you. That's the one that need a story, but make it short. Tell me how you met your spouse. I practiced that for like a month. I said it. Call my wife. You know, I told her I asked her to asked me that question. Then I told her, and she pointed one or two things and corrected me. So I able will try to make sure that we're able to like make it as short. I didn't want to make something that's too long before I end up saying something I don't want to say. I try to make it as short as possible that wouldn't take me up to 15 to 20 seconds to wrap up. You know what I'm saying? Don't go there and start giving stories, because as you are giving more stories, they are listening, and if your stories is like they're just gonna pick out questions from there and start bombarding you with questions, and then boom, you find yourself shaking. Make your stories as short as possible. So that's that on that side. For those who have already gotten their visa and planning to come here, like I always tell you guys, prepare. When you're coming here, it's a different ball game entirely. Just know that you're coming here, at least for the first 2 months, you might not get a job. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna wait to get your social security. But some people get it so fast, and I'm so happy for them. Like you get here, some people get their social security 4 days after they arrive in the United States, which is fantastic. But mine was not like that. I don't want to deceive you. I don't mind experienced a little bit of delay because when they sent me my biometric appointment and my to pay for my immigration fee. Do you know what I did? I didn't even know that I had to pay an extra fee for that, or I thought maybe it wasn't important at the time. I felt like, well, since I have my social security right now, I'm going to just look for job there. Maybe after 1 year, then I'll try to do my green card. I didn't know it was that important because when I was leaving the DHL office in Lagos, they told me like that my visa was going to serve as my green card for 1 year. When I got to the place where I was trying to get a job, and they told me that was not a valid means of identification, that's when I got. I was like, "What?" They told me that was not a valid means of identification. I'm like, "Oh my god, bro!" So I couldn't get the job at the time. So I had to come back home. I was disappointed. I was sad, and I had to try and call my son. I'm like, "Hey, did they give me the job?" She's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because they said." "Oh my god, David, why?" "But they told you this and this." I'm like, "Yeah, that's what they told me." And then we had to pay the immigration fee, which was $220. Paid it, and I did my went for my I think 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, went for my biometric appointment. Please don't miss the biometric appointment. You have the first one and then the final. You only get, I think it's two chances. After that, that's all. So I went to my biometric appointment. The biometric appointment for your green card. I went online try to see. I don't know what people were telling me. I was just really seeing a lot of videos telling me that, oh, questions. When I got there was no question at all. They just asked me to bring, on your biometric appointment letter for your green card, they will state the things you should come with. That's all you go with. They just get your passport and do whatever. They take your fingerprint and then boom, you're done. After that, 2 weeks later, you get your green card mailed to you to the address, whatever address you gave. Simple as that. So I got that, and then I hit the street and started looking for job. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to let you know. For those preparing for their green card appointment, there's nothing to be worried about. It's as easy as A, B, C. Someone also asked me, oh, how about port of entry? Am I going to be asked, Christian, what am I going to be asked? You're not going to ask you nothing. For me, they just asked me, what did you bring from Lagos? I'm like, I didn't, I'm like, nothing. They're like, you didn't come with a goosey? Like the white man was like a goosey. I was shocked because how did he know that? A goosey. Like that's for me. That's like what I'm saying. Like how did he know that? So I'm like, okay. It's like these people here have they've met a lot of Nigerians. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, no, I didn't come with any of that. And like, okay. So what else did you come with? I'm like, I didn't come with anything. Just me and my documents and my clothes. That's all. Like okay. Then he took my passport. It's gave it to one officer. I don't know what it did, and then they returned it back to me with a stamp on it on the date that I'm going to the United States. So yeah, that was it. And then that's for port of entry. There's nothing to be scared of. The only thing I regret at the port coming to the United States is that I did not come with anything. Please, if you are a man coming to the United States, please buy yourself boxers, singlets, all those things. Buy as many packs as possible. Buy all the things you will need that you don't really need to rush to the market to get. Buy them. And I don't know about food stuff yet because I'm still trying to see if I can get it so that next time I go to Nigeria, I'm gonna pack enough. One bag is gonna be food stuff only. I go see Ogbono, Ogbono. But don't be afraid. We have African market here, depending on the where you stay, where you can get all of that as well. It's just that it's more expensive than when you are in Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's that, by the way. So port of entry is not hard. There's no question asked. It's not like before that you have to come in with a parcel. You gotta sit down there and do it. All of that process is they. You trust me. Oyibo is not Nigeria where things stay the same forever for a long time. They always try to work on the process to make it better every year. So yeah, it's better now. So don't be afraid. Port of entry, they're not gonna send you back for your part. The only thing they can do is maybe check maybe check your bags and everything. If they see that some things they don't want you to go with, they take it out and give you the rest so you can go. As easy as that. So yeah, it's as easy as that. So you go. Mm, so yeah, What's the next question? What's the next question again? The next question was somebody asked me a question like, "Oh, David, I've been here for 6 months. I still don't have a job. I'm a stay-at-home wife, and I'm so bored. I'm tired, and this and this." Like I'm like, bro, you have to know that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tell you guys that it's a different ball game when you get into the United States. Trust me, it's a different ball game entirely. Yeah, for you who have, if you have your papers, if you've gotten your social security and you have your green card, but only with your social security you cannot get a job. You need your social security and one valid means of identification. But there's no way you can get any other valid means of identification without having your green card as an immigrant. That's if you're coming in through the marriage-based visa. I don't know any other one. I don't want to go into that. So if you came in like me, this is what I'm sharing to you. So try and get your green card. After you get your green card, try and get because you don't want to walk around with green card everywhere. If you miss that thing, it's not easy to get. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go through the process of fight. You know. So what I did was get my green card. Before I try. Uh, since I don't have my driver's license, I did my state ID. State ID is very easy. You just gotta pay I think $50 or so thereabout. You just pay that, and in 2 weeks it's mailed to you. So my state ID is what I go with. I keep my green card in the file in the house, so I don't want to move around with that because if I miss that thing, bro, I don't want to pay on that $220. Just for example, I don't know how much you have to pay to get it to retrieve it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to pay that. So I did my state ID, I put it in my wallet and put my green card in the house. So if I'm looking for a job, I go with my state ID and my social security. You will get a job. So how do I get a job? Apply on Indeed. Indeed is like the most reliable. That's what I use. INDEED. You can also go on your app store to get the app on your phone and then you register, create your resume there, blah, blah, blah. Just apply. Before you apply for 500 jobs, you get called up. You know what I'm saying? So that's that part. And if you're coming to the United States, please, all the thoughts in your mind that when you come here, money's gonna fall from the sky, throw it away. Before you enter the plane, in Murtala Mohammed Airport in Nigeria, just make sure you throw that thoughts out of the window. When you come here, just be prepared. Now, why am I saying this? To wrap up this video, probably 20, 25 minutes, I should be done. I've seen a lot of videos, people telling you America is not what it is. America is not what it is. The UK is not what it is. It's not as rosy as people think it is. It's harder than Nigeria. Nigeria is better than America. My question is, who forced you to come here? Nobody. Who's forcing you to stay? Nobody. If you feel it's hard, you gather money, enter the next place, and go back to your country. I'm in Nigeria, and I'm telling you that America is not hard. Nigeria is not hard. Nigeria is hard to some people, or let's say most people who don't have. The people who are really hitting the money in Nigeria, Nigeria is not hard to them. Do you understand what I'm saying? America is not hard. People who are also hitting the money here, they're not going to tell you it's hard. But the beginning of everything is always tough. Don't ever forget that. And just because I sit in front of the camera and I'm telling you everything doesn't mean as I got here, money just started flowing from the sky. You know what I'm saying? It's not a story for another day. But I don't like when people try to project their own, misfortune to other people. I don't like that. America is good. Maybe when you come here, it's even going to be better for you. You know what I'm saying? How would you say America is not good? This place, there are jobs for you to do. Back in Nigeria, you hustle for jobs. You won't go there for interview. They don't even take you. You have to sleep with bosses sometimes to get the kind of job that you want. At least here, you can get a job based on your qualifications. You know what I'm saying? So there are jobs. It might not just be the desired kind of job that you want to get at the start. Hey, the beginning of everything, like I said, is not always easy. So if you came here thinking that the money is just gonna fall from the roof into your room, forget about all of that. And here, nobody dash you money. Nobody calls you and be like, hey, take $500 today. Nobody's gonna do that. $20, and nobody's gonna give you. That means you work for everything. You work to sustain. But my advice is, if you come in here, there must be a reason you're coming here. Let that reason be the driving force for you. Don't come here and try to want to live life like everybody else. You're different. Just know that you're different. And maybe God gave you the opportunity so you can better your life. It's not a goal. It's not a bad thing if you want to spend the rest of your life here. And it's not a bad thing if you want to come here and hustle. And when you feel like you've hustled enough to be able to set yourself up back home, you can go back home and set yourself up, which is primarily most of the thoughts of many Nigerians. But the good thing is, when you hustle here, every little thing you're able to save back home is going to be meaningful. You feel what I'm saying? Here, you might not be rich, but that $200 that you're saving every month is equal to 300,000 back home in Nigeria, for example. If you're working in Nigeria, let's say you get a job that pays you 400K per month, you cannot save 300 because you have to eat, pay transportation fare if you don't have a car, pay light bill. But I'm telling you, out of your check, if you save $200, that's 300,000 back home. If you do that in 10 years, do you know how much you're gonna have when you decide to go back home? You might not still be the richest back home, but you'll be 10 times better than if you had stayed back in the country. So if you're coming here as an African, you have to know that it's not a bed of roses. But then everything can be better if you put your mind to it. And here, the more you train yourself, the more you learn, the better you become generally. And the one good thing I like about America is that if I have a BSc, I know where I can be. In Nigeria, you don't really know that. You can have a BSc and come out and do a 30,000 naira job just because there's nothing there for you. So why would you travel to America if you don't have nothing to say? Please don't stay online and tell people that America is not good. Maybe you're not just doing the right things. Have you ever paused for a second to think maybe you're not just asking the right questions? You know what I'm saying? The fact, like I told you earlier, the fact that I'm standing in front of the camera and I'm saying all of this doesn't mean that I'm swimming in money. No, I'm just letting you know that no matter what I'm going through, your case is different. You might come in and boom, you 1 year you're making a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. So come here with a positive mindset and be ready to do any kind of job to get started. But as time goes on, you will change. Nothing remains the same forever. With a positive mindset, you can do almost anything. So, yeah, on that note, I would really like to end the video here. And also thank you guys. Y'all will be hearing from me from time to time now. I'm not going to be too far no more. I know I promise you guys this almost all the time. But at least right now, I'm better. All those things that was clouding my head and everything, they kind of like on the side. So don't hesitate. If you get the opportunity to come to Nigeria or to go, if you get the opportunity to come to the United States or you get the opportunity to travel anywhere other than Nigeria, take it. Go. There must be a reason you have the opportunity. Why is everybody else not getting it? Why are you the one who got it? That's the first question you should ask yourself. It is probably because there's something there that God wants you to achieve as well. Sometimes you come through the hard way, sometimes you come through the easier way. But either way, we'll still get to where we're going. The destination is what matters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that is it. Be encouraged, be happy, and keep going. God bless you all. I love you guys. Stay cool.